Good morning, Morse High School, and welcome to Graduation 2026. Before we get into the actual graduation ceremony, we're going to go over the events of this last weekend. We're starting off with Friday morning at about 8 o'clock. We had the opening ceremony to the Blue and White Golf Classic, which is also the opening event of Alumni Weekend. It is the biggest fundraiser for the scholarship committee, and over its 20...
And that's all because you, as golfers...
Good morning, Morse High School, and welcome to Graduation 2026. Before we get into the actual graduation ceremony, we're going to go over the events of this last weekend. We're starting off with Friday morning at about 8 o'clock.
We have 144
we had the opening ceremony to the Blue and White Golf Classic, which is also the opening event of Alumni Weekend.
It's a glorious day to celebrate Morse alumni and the current Morse High seniors who will be graduating on Sunday. We have reached over $800,000 has been donated to the Morse High School Scholarship Fund through the history of this tournament, and we expect another between $40,000 and $50,000 to be netted here today. All for the generosity of our sponsors, our players, our community. We have the most profound appreciation for what they do for us.
One of the things we do each year is recognize people in the community who help us out with the Blue and White in any kind of fashion. So without further, I wanted to say something else before that. For you people who are brand new to this tournament, the band's still playing because they're going to play the school song later. Not too many other golf tournaments will play their high school song. That will be part of it. So without further ado, if the Marco family, could you step forward? Or there's so many of you, maybe you guys just step back. High School Scholarship Fund by donating their time, money, and expertise. And the grandchildren and great-grandchildren continue that which has become tradition of service to the Blue and White cause, again by participation in the tournament, by donating financially, and by serving on committees. If you in our audience here today were to play 6 degrees of the Marco family, I'll bet all of you could make a connection, as these you see before you have been a part of over 100 years of coaching and teaching, not only in the Bath area, but wherever they have lived.
He might talk for 45 minutes, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm Chris Marcos, my daughter Kelsey. She's going to help me with my remarks because...
He could talk for 45 minutes, but sometimes he gets a little choked up when he talks about Morse and his family.
Again, on behalf of the entire Marco family, I'd like to thank the Blue and White Committee, especially the 50-year class, the class of 1976, for this recognition. To have our family included among the distinguished list of previous honorees is both surprising and humbling. We are delighted to have the Marco family added to the list of other honoree class chair families, most of whom, as was mentioned earlier, are here today. The Stows, the Machetes, good Machete here. Carolyn didn't make it. The Stovers, and the Morses, whose commitment to Morse and the community is legendary. The Blue and White Classic has become a cherished tradition thanks to the vision of Brett Stover, whose idea of combining a fundraising event with Morse's Alumni Weekend totally revitalized the Morse High Scholarship Fund, and it created one of the cornerstone events of Morse's Alumni Weekend. We are extremely pleased to be a small part of that today.
Our family has has long shared a connection with this golf course. One symbol of that connection is the flagpole standing on the first tee. My grandfather, a welder by trade, built it from 3 pieces of aluminum pipe that he welded together, and a group of my family members and friends helped raise it into place in the early 1980s. My dad has always thought that it represented the Marco family watching over the course. In recent years, my aunt and uncle, Sue and Mike Hart, have provided the American flag that flies above it, strengthening that connection even more.
I'm back. And today, it is with tremendous pride and excitement to once again have the Marco family watching over the Blue and White Golf Classic. Today and hopefully for many years to come. Thank you. Have a great Blue and White.
Go Morse!
We will be giving out $344,000 and a little bit more at graduation on Sunday.
Thank you. I think I can trace 6 degrees to just myself to the Marco, so great choice. Thank you everyone who makes this event, the Alumni Scholarship Fund, possible. Last night at our scholarship night, we awarded 101 awards managed by the Morse High School Scholarship Fund, totaling $346,975. In addition to this, through the generous donations of area businesses, elementary school groups, private funds, family foundations, statewide organizations, college and national scholarship funds, we were able to announce an additional 113 awards last night, totaling $739,042 for a grand total of $1,086,017. That was all for just the Morse class of 2026. So here, with no further ado, I'd like to introduce the class of 2026 recipients for the Morse High School Alumni Scholarship. So scholarship recipients, just step forward and wave when you hear your name. Anna Booth will study civil engineering at the University of Maine. Kendall Darling is going to the University of Vermont to study exercise science. Reese Darling plans to study sports psychology and kinesiology at the University of Denver. Mallory Doak will attend Gordon College this fall as an undecided major and also playing in the band. Olivia Juniak is the class valedictorian and plans to double major in biology, political science at Boston College in the fall. Olivia Forkey is attending McGill University and plans to study psychology. Tabor Gale will complete an apprenticeship for an electrician and travel before attending CU Boulder in fall of 2027, where he plans to study business. Sadie Jameson plans to study marine biology at the University of New England. John Johnson's played this course before. He plans to study history at the University of Southern Maine in the fall. Ronan Lafer is the class president and plans to attend Wheaton College to study public health with a focus on Narcan. Caleb Longbottom plans to study fashion design with a focus study on environmental science at Drexel University. Ezekiel McEnany plans to study computer science and game design at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Charles Thalen will study international relations and pre-law while attending Middlebury College in the fall. The Sally Haggett goes to Zoe Nicholson, who will be on a Rotary International Youth Exchange study in Argentina next year. She plans to study at St. Lawrence University in the fall of 2027. The Maxine Boyd goes to Brady Chibuk, who will be attending Bates College, where he plans to follow a pre-med track and become a physician. And the Nathan Watson goes to Ren Coffinger, who will attend Yale University in the fall to study ecology, evolutionary biology, and art. In addition, this year's choice for the Brud Stolwer Scholarship in honor of the man who started this tournament is Christian Hollowell. Christian will attend Southern Maine Community College and complete an electrical engineering technology program. Again, I'd just like to thank you all for your support. For the students of Morse High School, we have a great group of students, and helping them to get a head start on their next stage of life is certainly a worthy cause. Thank you very much.
And we just like to give back and hopefully gives our students a head start in their lives. So, I'm Brian Hatch, been here since the beginning. No, not how much longer I can be here, but it's been my privilege to serve along with Dave Flaherty and Mark Harrington and now Holly Bisson-Lowe. We've kind of helped get this going every year. Class of 76 has done a tremendous job. I hope the class of 77 is watching. I think they are. They're in the wings. They'll be doing it next year. So without further ado, let's get this tournament going.
Welcome to the Memorial Gym here at Morse High School. This year, for the 135th Alumni Banquet, we will be celebrating the class of 2026, this year's graduating class, the class of 1976, the 50-year class, and then we have some VIPs who are from the class of 1956. The Alumni Banquet serves to celebrate the graduating class, this year the class of 2026, the 50-year class, this year the class of 1976, and also serves as an annual meeting for the Alumni Association.
Please join me in singing The Blue and the White as we welcome the 50-year class of 1976. Kelsey. Being led in by class advisors Nancy Pinkham-Riggs, class of 1993, and Lindsay Davis, please welcome the soon-to-be newest members of the Bath High School Alumni Association, the class of 2026. The class of 1976, the 50-year class. motto was, "Tomorrow belongs to us." Spokesperson Don Colby, President.
Good evening. I got to state it in the script, so I'm going to introduce myself again. My name is Don Colby. I'm the president of the class of 1976. Please forgive me if I get sentimental, because it's already starting. Our class graduated 232 students, one of the largest in Morse history, 47 of which are here tonight. Our class was diverse on many levels, but we were always supported by a strong community of teachers, coaches, and families. To always do our best and stay connected with all that Morse had to offer. There was a time when staying connected didn't depend on cell phones and social media. Imagine today that if you wanted to gather a group for an event, your options were limited to face-to-face, word of mouth, using a landline to call somebody if you knew their number, or printing to send a snail mail. Recognizing that we would be graduating on the bicentennial of our nation's birth, we bonded together with the moniker that would become our yearbook theme, Spirit of 76. While a class of our size meant we were often doing our own thing, we would enthusiastically gather together, embrace the spirit of 76 as a team with a purpose, and accomplish our objectives. This bond and the pleasant memories of those days still holds us together as we now celebrate our 50 years, what is officially called the semi-quincentennial. I see now why many people prefer to call it America 250. With the America 250 milestone, I feel it's appropriate to thank all of the veterans throughout our nation's history, excuse me, who have made and kept us a free country. Without getting into the politics of today, I'm confident that the graduating class of today will gather to celebrate your 50th reunion on the tricentennial of our nation's birth. To the graduating seniors, your place as a member of the class of 26 will always be measured by your connection with your fellow classmates, friends, and teachers. The friendships and relationships you've created during your years at Morse will stay with you throughout your adult life. And hopefully your years here at Morse were a positive, life-changing time you will always reflect upon. I don't doubt that many of you will go on to accomplish great things that you have been planning since you were children, and others will accomplish things they had no idea would be in their future. Either way, live in the moment and make the most of every connection you have, and never forget those relationships that you made here at Morse High School. Continue to come back together as a class and celebrate the passing years, renew old friendships, and the fond memories with times here at BIW, at Morse High School. That was me, I guess. The memories and foundations for the future are valuable legacies from your time here. Please also remember that the Bath High School Alumni Association has been an integral part of setting that foundation. The goal of the association is to assure that we all have reasons to gather and renew the bond from our years here. The class of 76 had the honor this year to sponsor the Blue and White Golf Classic, which is the primary fundraiser to support the Morse High School Scholarship Fund and the Alumni Association. The gathering together of our classmates to accomplish this event was extraordinary. It made me proud to see the large number of my classmates that stepped up to support the event. Along with strong support from the executive committee, the alumni, met from many classes, and local area businesses, the Golf Classic was a great success, both as a social event bringing all alumni and friends together, and a huge success as a fundraiser. I'm proud to tell you that the amount we raised for the scholarship fund cleared $52,500. In In addition to the Golf Classic, the class of '76 individually raised funds to provide more than $10,000 donation in honor of our classmate to the J. Temple Scholarship Fund. Additionally, for Morse High School, we're funding for the planting of a magnolia tree in the courtyard of the school, along with a lounging bench and a plaque. These gifts are approximately $3,700 in value, bringing our total donations in excess of $66,200. It's been my honor to represent the class in accomplishing these goals. Excuse me. That would not have been possible without the teamwork of our classmates and a whole community of support. Thank you.
And now, without further ado, please give a loud and proud shipbuilder welcome to the soon-to-be newest members of the Bath High School Alumni Association. The Deeper Roots. Spokesperson, President Ronan Lassler.
Good evening to you all. On behalf of the class of 2026, I'd like to tell you how excited we are to join one of the most historic and prestigious alumni associations in the country. I'd also like to thank all the alumni for your thoughtful and meaningful advice you have given us. With our time here at Morse, I'm truly inspired to see how our class has left our impact. We've started new clubs, helped diminish the stigma on mental health with athletes, and have been honorable role models for future students. As class president, our class gift will be a magnolia tree and plaque donated to the Alumni Garden. Tonight here, there are 87 members of our class in attendance. Again, thank you all for joining us tonight, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you.
To the class of 2026, congratulations. You've made it through 13 years of school. Some of you might be going on to college, a trade school. Some of you might be going straight into the workforce. Either way, you're all going to do great things. Now, before we get into graduation ceremonies, which are coming up here soon, I've got one last special thing planned.
To you, the class of 2026. To the graduating seniors, your place is a member of the class of 26.
And I pose a question to the class of 2026.
To the class of 2026.
The class of 26, as many have done before me.
Class of 2026.
To the class of 2026.
The class of 2026, welcome to the Alumni Association.
Realize that you are going into a world of stunning technological advances, but also of social upheaval.
The friendships and relationships you've created during your years at Morse will stay with you throughout your adult life. And hopefully your years here at Morse were a positive, life-changing time you will always reflect upon.
Build your foundation like a shipbuilder. We've all grown up in a community where Bath Built is a badge of honor, defined by building things that endure. In life, your foundation is your character, your integrity, and how you treat people. In a world full of shortcuts and workarounds, be dependable, be honest, choose to be best built.
Stay a family and keep the friendship strong.
Tonight isn't just a celebration of your graduation. It's your first night as full members of the Morse High School Alumni Association. And as a proud Morse High alum myself, I want to share one idea that has shaped my life more than any other. And that idea is show up. I want you to show up for yourself. Life will pull you in 100 different directions, but your goals, your health, your dreams, your deserve your presence and your effort. No one can do that part for you. You have to show up for yourself. Show up for your family and your friends. People who love you will appreciate your presence more than your perfection. Begin there, truly there is the one greatest gift you can give.
Yet after 40 years, I suspect the things that matter most haven't changed. Friendship, community, resilience, and pride in being a shipbuilder. As a member of the class of 1986, I'm celebrating my 40th reunion this year. You have no idea how weird it feels to say that. The class of 2026 will be celebrating their first 40 minutes as alumni sometime Sunday afternoon. And yet tonight we're all part of the same Morse story.
How many times have you been asked throughout your life, what do you want to be when you grow up? That question, what do you want to be when you grow up, is likely on your mind a great deal right now as you prepare for graduation. What do you want to be is an important question. I'd like to challenge the class of 2026 to consider For you see, there's a famous quote that says, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful."
and welcome parents, relatives, friends, faculty, and my fellow members of the class of 2026. My name is Ronan Lafer, and I am the senior class president. We will now have Grace Kirk come up to sing the national anthem. I apologize, but some of my fellow students are not able to remove their caps for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Grace. At this time, I would like to invite Anna Booth, Dree Dunn, Megan Cressy, Avery Steenstra, Cass Emerald to come to the microphone to perform a short musical piece.
you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills when the landslide brought me down, and if you see my reflection in the snow-covered hills, will the landslide bring it down? Will the landslide bring it
Good afternoon, family, friends, alumni, and my fellow classmates. I'm grateful for the chance to stand here and speak with you today. High school, at least for me, hasn't been the easiest journey. My freshman year, I lost someone important to me. It was sudden, and I didn't have much time to process it. There are moments in life where you just aren't prepared for. Moments in time where you feel stuck, without a purpose. I know I felt that way. I felt trapped, like in a box that I couldn't escape. Then when I began high school, things slowly changed. I learned that other people's actions shouldn't affect the person who I am. I wasn't defined as the kid whose dad died, nor would any of you be defined as something you'd gone through, and I think that's special. I'm never going to be seen as I was before, but I've come to accept that. I don't want to accept that. I'm proud of who I've become. I've changed, grown, however you want to phrase it. My hardship shouldn't be seen as a negative, but rather something that I know I surpassed and I've conquered. As we graduate and move on to the next chapter of our lives, remember this. Don't let the past define you. The mistakes you've made and the obstacles you faced are not who you are. They're part of what helped you grow. Let your actions today show people how far you've come. We don't have all the answers. We're not supposed to. We're leaving this place with different plans, different dreams, and different fears. But if there's one thing I know, it's that we're capable of more than we think. Every challenge we've faced so far has brought us here, and every challenge ahead will help shape who we become. And when life hurts you, and I'm sure it will, remember that hurt. The hurt is good. It means you're out of that box. So wherever life takes you next, don't be afraid to try, to fail, to change your mind, or to start over. The moments in life where you hit your lowest point are always the ones that make you stronger in the end. I'm proud to stand here today and say that I'm grateful to have known each of you as your class president. Over the years, regardless of being the president, I've had the chance to watch all of you grow into the people you are now. I've seen your hard work, your resilience, your kindness, and the way you've shown up for each other when it mattered most. Thank you for the memories, the friendships, and the opportunity to represent this class. It's been an honor. Congratulations, everyone. I truly can't wait to see what you do next. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Brady Chabak. Now, for those of you who don't know me, here's a quick icebreaker. My favorite cookie is chocolate chip, and my spirit animal is a turtle. Now that we are well acquainted, I want to take a quick moment to thank my parents, sister, family, friends, coaches, teachers, and the wonderful community around Bath. Back in January, I made my great-grandfather a promise that I'd give him a shout-out in my speech. Now, this probably isn't the shout-out that he was hoping for, but back in August, he taught me how to play cribbage, and within my first day of playing, I skunked him. After that loss, he's a lot less enthusiastic of a teacher. Thank you, Tink, for your love and support. Every year, I sit down with my coaches and set my goals for the swim season. I always set 2 goals for myself. The first goal is to drop time and reach a new benchmark. This goal is what I spend every day working towards, and when the moment comes that I finally reach this goal, it brings me the most joy out of anything else in this sport. The races where I hit that mark are by far my favorites. The thing is, those races aren't memorable for the place that I got, but because it reminds me I don't need to win the race. I only need to win the race I set for myself. The most important thing you can do is chase the goals you set for yourself. My second goal looks further into the future. It is where I want to be in 4 to 5 years. Though this goal is bigger than swimming. It is also about who I want to be outside the water and the person I hope to become. This goal reminds me that no matter what I accomplish, I should never stop chasing my dreams and strive to become the best version of myself. It reminds me that the work is not over. However, pursuing a goal like this can be difficult. In swimming, we have a saying, swim your own race. It means that if the person in the lane next to you takes his race out insanely fast, that you keep your head down and swim at your own pace. Though, this quote has another meaning to me. To me, it means focus on yourself and the work you have put in. When I race, there are only 2 things I can control: my mindset and the preparations I've put in all season. My place, my time, and the people next to me are out of my control. If I compare myself to others, I will only diminish my own accomplishments. This means that in life, we are more than a time, number, or grade. What defines us is the discipline we build, the effort we give, and the perseverance to keep chasing our dreams. I know what I'm saying is not an easy task. As a swimmer, I'm always tempted to look in the lane next to me. The reality is, when I let the person next to me get inside my head, I begin swimming their race, rather than focusing on my own. The same is true in life. If we constantly compare ourselves to others, we can lose sight of our own goals and progress. Do not let the people around you determine how you live your life, or deter you from chasing your goals and what matters most to you. All of us are heading towards different futures. Some of us know exactly what we want to do, while others are still figuring it out. Some dreams will change, and some goals will be reassessed. But there will always be another challenge, another opportunity to seize, and another dream worth chasing. Be proud of what you have accomplished, and always swim your own race. Thank you.
Many people and things have helped me to get this point. Let me just list out a few for you. Thank you, parental figures of mine. My mom, for one. My dad, for 2. Teachers, of course. London, O'Brien, Fry, Dean, Vippen, and Garish in elementary. Jones, Lukes, Morris, Depper, Hall, and Hoskins in middle school. And a bunch more from Ye Old 826 Shipbuilder Drive, Bath, Maine, 04530. I know that I'm literally graduating from the school at this very moment, but for the sake of brevity and your sanity, I will not be listing all 24 of the teachers I had classes with over the past 4 years. But I'll at least shout out the Stantons, the Binghams, Ms. Canlin, Senor Williams, Mr. Schurz. Okay, that's done. No more people. I swear, there's more to this speech than just thanking the trusted adults in my life. Sorry, friends, acquaintances, strangers, and other members of the Morse staff, community, and sports boosters, the Alumni Association, librarians, and janitors, and lunch ladies. Just kidding, I have to thank one more. Jimmy Wales, thank you for making Wikipedia. Now, I would like to unthank somebody. Sam Altman, no thank you for making ChatGPT. This brings me to the one inanimate object, is a website an object, that I would like to thank. Thank you, Wikipedia, for not only being a lifesaver when trying to find sources for presentations, but also teaching me something new every single day. Wikipedia used to have a reputation for being unreliable. I mean, you still shouldn't treat it as a primary source, but its bad rap has been superseded by large language model AIs. You can't even Google something anymore without Gemini shoving an unwanted answer in your face. Wikipedia doesn't waste billions of gallons of water every year. Wikipedia doesn't write people's essays and leave them unprepared for college or life in general. Wikipedia doesn't bulldoze ecosystems to make space for data centers. Wikipedia doesn't threaten to replace my dream job as a computer scientist and video game designer. Wikipedia doesn't take all the work out of finding facts, and Wikipedia doesn't spoon feed you only what you want to hear. We need to work in order to learn, and to do that, we need to learn how to work. I'm not saying that work is everything. Life as a whole should always take priority. But you cannot take things away from people who put time and effort into their work with the typing of a prompt and the clicking of a button. Wikipedia is a beacon of light in the looming shadows of both artificial intelligence and authoritarianism. There is no free speech without free information, and information isn't free if it's destroying the environment and the economy. I'd much rather read an article written by imperfect apes than one generated by soulless, heartless, bodiless machines. Now, on a slightly less serious note, I'm going to share some final wisdom I learned over my 4 years at Morse. Not final as in this is the last time I'll ever say anything wise, but final as in this speech is pushing 3.5 minutes and we have some graduating to do. Read more books that weren't assigned to you. And to any English teachers out there, please assign less, or rather fewer, books so we actually have time and motivation to read books on our own. I haven't read a book outside of school for 2 whole years. There's a pile of at least 30 books in my room that I've been waiting to read. I'm not exaggerating. I love you, but please, spare us. Use your planner. I've seen like 3 other students use theirs regularly. You did forget to read up to page 127 of The Great Gatsby. You did not do the 1D kinematics test review, even though Miss Brillant posted the answer key in Google Classroom over the weekend. You will not remember to finish that textbook chapter or turn in that essay. At the very least, put your college assignments in Google Calendar. Lastly, but certainly not leastly, is that a word? Birds are dinosaurs, cucumbers are melons. You are phylogenetically and taxonomically a fish. Mitochondria is not the powerhouse of the cell. Mitochondria is the plural of mitochondrion. Mitochondria are the powerhouses of the cell. Thank you for being forced to come to my TED Talk.
Hello everyone. To those of you who may not know me, my name is Kendall Darling, and I am honored to be here today. To the friends and family, coaches and teachers, and most of all, my classmates in the 2026 graduating class, I thank you for this opportunity to speak to you all. No story is ever the same. We've all walked through different paths and possibilities of success and individuality, and that is what makes us all unique. Now, if you know me well enough to know that I am a twin, you may be thinking to yourself, this girl is the last person that I want to take advice from on individuality. Well, you'd be surprised. I know I'm not alone when I say that I've lived a life shaped by comparison. It didn't matter if it was coaches pinning my sister and I against each other in sports, or if I was the one comparing myself to my peers. I would dress the way my friends dressed and talk the way my sister talked because I thought that she was more likable than I. As graduation has approached, I've realized how much of my life I've spent looking for myself in others. Living a life that is rooted in comparison and only fulfilled by the approval of peers and society will ultimately harm us, but our personal autonomy is what differentiates us from others. It is a crucial quality that allows us to make and act on our own decisions, which align with our morals. I've never thought of myself as someone who excels at any particular thing. I was never the best on my sports teams, never the top of my class, and most definitely not musically talented. Just ask my friends what it's like when Rihanna plays in the car. The truth is, you don't need to be the best at anything to be good at something. I made the varsity basketball team all 4 years of high school, not because I'm good at basketball, but because my talents were in my leadership and communication skills with my teammates and coaches. I passed all my AP and honors courses, not because I am extremely smart, but because I have a strong work ethic. These things didn't happen to me by chance, or because I was the best at them. They happened because I discovered my value was elsewhere. What we're good at may not always be the obvious talent. You may never be recognized for what you bring to life scenarios, but that doesn't mean that you don't bring anything. That doesn't mean that you don't belong. We are all successful people when we are ourselves, and I choose to be myself. Last summer, I was talking to a close friend. I told her that I didn't want people to know that I have a garden at my house that I tend to every day. Even though I'd grown many flowers, vegetables, and herbs, I was embarrassed. She asked me, "Kendall, why are you so scared to admit that you are good at something?" I didn't know what to say. Up until that point, I hadn't thought about why I was embarrassed. I guess it was because I was always told that gardening is a retirement activity. And to be truthful, I don't know if I've ever met anyone under the age of 40 years old who also has a garden. Though I will say, it is a great topic of conversation when your grandmother has her friends over. I realized that just because my interests are different from others does not mean that I cannot enjoy them. I can promise you that your quality of life is so much more important than the normal opinions and actions of those around you. I'm not someone who can go into a test without studying, or someone who breaks sporting records, and I most certainly am not a good driver. I've spent 18 years discovering who I am and who I want to be. But finally, for the first time in my life, I can say that I'm undeniably myself, and I hope you can be too. Even if your opinion is the least favorable opinion, express it. Even if what you want to wear is considered distasteful, wear it. Even if you keep accidentally hitting the curb when you attempt to park your car, keep driving. Do not seek approval or permission for the way that you live your life. It's yours to live. This world glows from uniqueness and individuality. Without it, life would be dull. Be the light of your own life. Be yourself and know that that's good enough. Thank you.
Growing up, I, like many others, had been fed the phrase, "Don't judge a book by its cover." Through the first few years of my life, these were just words. Even though I knew what they meant, I never took the time to understand the meaning of the phrase. I still remember the very moment that these words, in that order, actually meant something to me. In the summer of 2019, I was prepping my suitcase for a week at summer camp. Just before I left, my older brother Finnegan slipped a copy of a book entitled "It's Perfectly Normal" into my duffel bag, right beneath my pillowcase and bed sheets. For those of you like 12-year-old me who had never heard of the book, here's a brief summary, off of Wikipedia. It's Perfectly Normal is a long-running, frequently updated children's book that provides comprehensive, age-appropriate information on puberty, sex, sexual health, and it covers topics from anatomy and reproduction to consent and online safety. What's worse, he made sure it was the illustrated edition. The chaos arrived on Tuesday afternoon. I decided it was finally time to dip into my stockpile of snacks that my mom had packed for me, and I came across the book. I picked it up and opened to a page entitled "Our Changing Bodies" and slammed the book shut. But it was too late. My bunkmates had already seen the illustrations over my shoulder and screamed and laughed, pointing fingers and throwing accusations as I desperately tried to explain myself. It didn't matter what I said. They believed what they wanted to believe, and that was all they needed. They weren't interested in listening to the truth because they had already decided what was true to them. In my time at Morse, I've learned that truth is far more abstract than I had ever before realized. Perception isn't objective. Sure, my brother may have been the one to put the puberty book into my bag, but it didn't change that in their eyes, I was the kid who brought the explicit picture book into camp. That's when it all clicked. Don't judge a book by its cover. From firsthand experience, I learned the damage that assumptions can cause and the value that comes along with avoiding them. More often than not, what you see is not what you get, and it's crucial to dig beneath the surface and learn all you can about everything around you. In an effort to form educated conclusions, you must be informed on more than just your own perspective. So spend the time and energy searching for those different perspectives. As we take these next steps into a new world, it is our duty not to take anything at face value, but instead take the time to understand one another. In order to create and sustain a world of empathy, we must understand that there is so much more to the people around us than what lies on the surface. We are programmed to make judgments on what we witness, However, it's imperative that we lend an ear to those with differing points of view. When we refuse to define people by merely what our perception of them portrays, we learn to be better people, not just for ourselves, but for everyone around us. Thank you and congratulations to the class of 2026.
Hi everybody. You're all really great, but I'm gonna turn around for this. Much better. Hi everybody. I'm up here to give you a speech that isn't mine. Caleb worked pretty hard to craft a grad speech, and since he's unable to give it, I thought I would on his behalf. With a few grammatical changes and maybe a sentence swapped here or there, and I cut like 3 paragraphs because it was stupid long. Anyway, for the next few minutes, just pretend I'm Caleb Longbottom. Hello, class of 2026, friends, families, and teachers. My time at Morse has offered me many things. It has been more formative to me than I ever could have imagined when I first stepped into this school. I've met inspirational peers that have shown me the ways I can live a better life. I've had mentors fundamentally change the way I think about education and myself, and I've created memories that will stick with me forever. I've been drafting this speech for the past 6 months, and I think I've stripped down what Morse has taught me into 4 minutes of content. This year, I took the uncharacteristic move to challenge myself with a difficult class. And due to this, I had the absolute pleasure of spending a school year with Mr. Jeff Todd Schurz in AP Pre-Calculus. I wouldn't say I was a shining star in this class, starting the year off with my mouth shut, polynomials, zeros, and holes staring me down on the board. But shortly, I realized that unless I fire off answers, regardless of how correct, I will get nowhere. So I did exactly that. No question stood in my way, and with this ethic in mind, Schurz soon dubbed me Shotgun. This process taught me a valuable lesson. More often than not, I need to give up trying to create a masterpiece of schoolwork. It's often more valuable to just put what I have out there and let that guide myself further. As Miss Nichols' poster in her lab so affectionately says, fail, first attempt in learning. Our lives are inherently built around failure. We spend so much of our life thinking about loss and mistakes in all of their forms. And this is fair. Loss can be scary, heartbreaking, and sometimes irreversible. But it is so incredibly important to combat these thoughts with acceptance. Accept that maybe you will not get that job, that college isn't the right fit for you, that nothing lasts forever, and to use those failures, those acceptances, as an opportunity to love what you have. The point of life is not to ponder on the end and why we're here and why everything can be so damn difficult, because a life thinking about mistakes would be miserable. As my dad used to say, when skiing in the trees, look at the spaces in between. I know the term is practice what you preach, but I can't say I always do. And I found the sense of failure and discomfort often goes beyond academics and into the creative world. A world that should arguably be most free of judgment and where, hypothetically, nothing is wrong. But I know it sure as hell doesn't always feel that way. When creating, we so often find ourselves attempting to recreate the voice of somebody else. Heck, I did it plenty of times while writing this speech. When you do this, you will inevitably realize that you can get close. So very, very close, but it is impossible to imitate another person's voice. The solution is not to throw your hands up in defeat because you can't write like Robert Penn Warren, but instead to find yourself in a situation and an environment where you are creating for yourself and not somebody else. I'd say just do you and leave it at that, but just doing you might be the hardest thing to achieve in a world of comparison and compiled ideals. Is there a way to fix this? Probably not. Caleb wrote something about finding what you can offer and focusing on doing that in the truest fashion, but I found the wording kind of confusing, so I'm just going to end with some freestyle Dren advice and say that as with Caleb's abysmal math skills, it is only through the act of trudging forward without regard for perfection that one can reach originality. That might mean lighting random chemicals on fire in Miss Panetsky's art room with Max, or working on one sculpture project all year only to not finish it. But seriously, just let go. Leave yourself room to mess around and find out. As my dad says, just don't get caught and don't get hurt. If you stand by those rules and add have fun to the list, you'll get pretty far. I want to take this opportunity to thank Morse for allowing failure, and through that, allowing creativity. I am incredibly grateful to have had a community that doesn't fixate on perfection, but on growth, and that gives us room to be ourselves. Failure only leads to progress in a place that lets it, and Morse lets it. Through amazing friends, strong teachers, and a greater Bath community that comes together when needed. Musician Isaac Wood has a song fittingly entitled Theme from Failure, Part 1, and I'd like to leave you with the last line from that song. I was so lost in my plight to exist that I forgot to live and I forgot to love. And so learn from me, children, be better than I am. Vanity plagues me, but it's not too late for you. I love you. Thank you.
Good afternoon, faculty, family, and friends. For those who don't know me for anything other than being the last in a very long chain of speeches, my name is Liv Druniak. I would first like to make it clear that although I am once again facing you, this is primarily aimed at my classmates. I know you all came here hoping to hear the sage advice of an 18-year-old who has their life all ironed out, so for your sake, I will dispense this advice now. The longest distance you'll ever travel is the 17 inches between your head and your heart. Don't worry about the future, or do, I guess that's your choice, but know that worrying has never changed the outcome of something, and it's more likely to give you indigestion than solve a problem. Floss. Be excited, not nervous. Physiologically, they're nearly the same thing, so whenever possible, pick the one that makes for a better story. Don't text and drive. I'm serious about that one. Your 2-word response or thumbs up can wait. Getting home safely cannot. Call your grandparents. Don't be careless with other people's hearts and walk away from those who are careless with yours. Learn how to cook at least 3 meals well. Not because it's impressive, but because eventually you will get tired of spending $14 on a sandwich. Do something that truly benefits someone else every day. Take pictures with your friends. Even when you don't feel like you're dressed well enough or your hair isn't cooperating. 20 years from now, you will not be looking at the outfit. Don't let embarrassment make decisions for you. Most people are too busy worrying about themselves to remember the awkward thing you did 3 weeks ago. Read books that weren't assigned to you, and read some of the ones that were. Say thank you more often than you think you need to. You won't understand the power of your youth until it's faded, but try to enjoy it anyways. Be curious. Ask questions. The smartest people I know are usually the first to admit when they don't know something. Spend time with people that make you laugh until your stomach hurts. Spend less time with those who don't. You do not have to turn every hobby into a side hustle. Some things are allowed to be fun and completely useless. Take walks without headphones once in a while. The world usually has something really interesting to say. Don't accept criticism from those who you wouldn't accept advice from. If someone believes in you, remember it. If someone helps you, thank them. If someone changes your life, tell them while they're still around to hear it. Learn how to apologize. Learn how to forgive. Learn the difference between forgiving someone and letting them continue to hurt you. Remember the compliments you receive, and forget the insults. If you succeed in doing this, please tell me how. Life is a long race that you're usually only running against yourself. Remember, your parents are figuring life out too. They just have more practice pretending otherwise. Some friendships will fade. That doesn't mean they failed. Some people are meant for a chapter and not the whole book. And the people sitting around you today have seen you become who you are. Hold on to them when you can. Stretch. Your body is the greatest instrument you'll ever know. Love and take care of it. Take a multivitamin. Try things you're bad at. Try things you're really bad at. Remember that nobody else has any idea what they're doing either. Some people are just more confident about being confused. And if for some mysterious reason this speech has not changed the way you see the world or taught you all of life's lessons, this is where I bestow my last piece of wisdom upon you all. We are all mosaics of the people around us and the ones we love. We are assembled from fragments of connection, memory, grief, admiration, and care. Every person we love leaves fingerprints on the way we speak, think, comfort others, tell stories, or survive hard times. Some leave tiny traces, and others alter us completely. And in the same way, we are leaving pieces of ourselves and other people all the time, often without even realizing it. My greatest hope for all of you is that you dare to let those people change you, the way my time at Morse has changed me. The most important lessons we will learn do not come from books or articles or even this speech, but come from those around all of us. My best friend has taught me that strength isn't the absence of uncertainty. It is the willingness to act despite it. Because of her, I am less afraid to be vulnerable myself. My other best friend has changed the way I love people. They taught me that true friendship can survive conflict, distance, and mistakes, and that loving people is always worth the risk of getting hurt. My other best friend taught me that people can surprise you, and that no matter how much you dislike someone for 2.5 years, you can eventually treasure every moment spent with them. And finally, 2 very special exchange students who begged me for a shout out. They showed me that even the people who pass briefly through our lives can leave something very special behind. I've learned a lot about who I am from these people, and infinitely more from my brother, parents, teachers, and more. If you ever feel lost, like you're supposed to have some complete, polished understanding of who you are by now, remember that most of us are shaped quietly and gradually by the people who move through our lives. Let that happen. And finally, when you leave here today, remember that success is not a destination, a salary, a job title, or a college acceptance letter. Success is building a life that you actually enjoy living. The truth is, I don't know exactly where all of us will be in 10 years, myself included. Some of us will change majors, some of us will change careers, some will move across the country, and some will stay close to home. Most of us will probably end up somewhere we never expected. And that's okay. That's great. Because despite what we've been told, there's a certain beauty in not having it all figured out just yet. We're young, and we're allowed to make mistakes. Please make many. And for the love of all that is good, ball regardless.
So well done, class of 2026, and especially all of our amazing speakers today. Nice job. So it's my pleasure to introduce one of the staff members who's receiving Dr. Patricia Ames Award for Distinguished Teaching. You may remember, if you're a fan of Jeopardy, that in 2011, an IBM supercomputer named Watson competed against the 2 all-time champs at that time. And the computer won big time. And the defeated Jeopardy champion and current host of the show, Ken Jennings, said, "Quiz show contestant may be the first job made redundant by Watson, but I'm sure it won't be the last." But here we are 15 years later, still watching humans compete on Jeopardy. Some things are just meant for the human touch. And teaching is one of those things. The human element still matters. So at Morse graduation each year, we recognize one teacher who's outstanding in their field by acknowledging them with the Patricia Ames Distinguished Teaching Award. This year's winner is a true Renaissance individual, capable of teaching a wide range of subjects. I mean, really wide. He's done it all. And he can teach just about any student, no matter the student's interest or prior knowledge in the subject that he's teaching. The colleague who nominated this teacher recognized his excellence, innovation, and strategy, and noted that he holds his students to a very high standard, but at the same time makes his classroom always a welcoming place for all students and allows students to show what they have learned by using a variety of methods and really thinking outside the box. Not only does this teacher serve their students well, but he's also an amazing resource for fellow staff members, assisting with technical needs and sharing strategies for teaching and time-saving efficiencies for daily tasks. In addition to regular teaching duties and service to colleagues, this teacher organizes some amazing extracurricular activities like Poetry Out Loud and Poetry Slams. One of these activities, fittingly enough, is volunteering to coach the Morse team for the Maine High School quiz show. Despite what the Jeopardy host Ken Jennings believes, no computer is ever going to replace this teacher. Please join me in congratulating the recipient of the Dr. Patricia Ames Distinguished Teaching Award, Craig Tinker.
2 months ago, I stood before my speech class and asked them to write a commencement address. Charlie and Max encouraged me to write one for commencement, and I emphatically told them that I would never be the teacher to speak in front of graduation, because I would never be the one to receive this award. Perhaps it was because I'm surrounded by amazing educators, and I didn't believe myself to be worthy of this distinction. A few of my high school teachers might have foretold of a jury of my peers sitting around a table and judging my character, but not for anything that ended with the word award. It was not until I joined the AmeriCorps and realized that people were looking up to me as a role model that I dedicated myself to serving others, striving to live up to MLK's concept of a servant leader. The decision that led me to standing here is the decision to stand up for those in my community. Behind me are amazing people who are valued and loved by our community. I want to let them know today that they are our role models. I'm especially humbled by this honor because I believe there are countless teachers at Morse that could be the recipient of this award. I hope that what led them to me being here is that my colleagues see me as someone who is always willing to help out, even if I'm unsure I'm capable of even solving their problem. I'm willing to try. There is no secret formula. Just notice when another person could use a helping hand and be willing to offer it. I have found that the more assistance I offer, the more people are willing to take a chance on me. Whether that be a parent who is at their wit's end but still believes in you, or an amazing person you met in a college dorm room and became a life partner. A teacher who pulled you out of a kindergarten math training to teach high school instead because students were arriving in 3 days. Or a committee of amazing educators that deemed me worthy of this award. I believe the world in which we live is not determined by the human with the most capital or the person with the most power, but by everyday interactions between individuals. The world is not changed from the top down, but by us extending our hands to create connections. I am so thankful to have been given the opportunity to serve this wonderful community. I feel blessed to be part of it and to have my sons grow up in it. I believe that I am capable of changing the world here at Morse because I have the opportunity to interact with some of the best and brightest young people I've ever met. To the graduates, I urge you to strive to accomplish things that you believed you weren't capable of, because in fact, you are more capable than you believe.
As the principal of Morse High School,
It is my pleasure to confirm that all of the seniors sitting behind me today have fulfilled Morse High School's graduation requirements. It is now time to award their diplomas.
Ronan David Lafer. Elena Noel Komiga. Alyssa Jo Komiga. Bryson Darlene Fairman. Fifi Marie Raziah Douglas. Jordan Ann McSweeney. Isabel Rosemarie Valente. Lillianne Catherine LaRose. Daniel Harvey Varnum. Hayden Lee Ashton.
James Kendall Jean Darling. Reese Braylon Darling. Emmanuel Kakatsu Menakwanzambi. Eunice Kungchai Kian Akpinar. Nicholas James Heberlin. Brody Edward Overmiller. Judah Riley Look. Edward Jeffrey Picky Delano. Christian Armstrong Hollowell. Lucas Matthew Hinton. Allison Kathleen Mitchell. Cecilia Marie Harvey. Justin Adam Thayer. Patrick William Mead. Holden Seth Karen. Astrid Galatea Wright. Rebecca Grace Plummer. Garrett Preston Riley. Lee Frederick Roberts. Alexander Levant Park. Jacob Andrew Bullier. Aiden James Belanger. Bishop William Dempsey. Allie Algebrine Brooke Guild. Zeke Daniel Partridge. Nina Nicole O'Farrell Brown. Abigail Louise Ray Campo. Millicent Catherine Young. Camilla Beanie. Victoria Taylor Dorr. Riley Quinn Manhart. Alexis Bella Donahue. Haley Marie Bergeron. Kira
Intermission!
Kira Elizabeth Bridges. Beta Haven MacArthur. Keith Rubner. Alyssa Ann Cogswell. Rylan Everett Lee Mowry. Desmond Skylar Diaz. Caroline Marie Rand. Elizabeth Joy Hodgson. Mackenzie Faye Denny. Jemima Bean Edwardson Fitzpatrick. Aiden Hunter Wells. Gage Matthew Tischler Tivitot. Maxwell Sunshine Riccadoni. Juliana Catherine Gustafson. Caitlin Lillian Lincoln. And the newest member of the Bath High School Alumni Association, Shelby Verna Norman.
Students, faculty, friends, and families, I present to you the Morris High School graduating class of 2026.